Okay, it's okay, I got 14 minutes. For some reason, uh I just can't make a video when when there's only a single digit number of minutes that it gives me. I don't which is extremely ironic because the number system that I've been, that I've talked about using and stuff has everything as a single digit number up to 119. But there's not many single digit numbers in base 10, so they're very small. Anyway, I'm just kind of doing an update. It's not very bright in here. It's not very bright at all. Um, uh, yeah, I've been trying to recover from, you know, uh, a lot of the, addictions and stuff I've had. A lot of, people might not really remember this, but, I'm doing no fap and, trying to stay away from the, right, um, like the a lot of the hentai and stuff. But I mean, I find that I am going back to normal. I'm getting to the point where you know I, I'm 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 getting to the point where I'm just as attracted, to the real world as I am the bullshit. So that's good. That's why I got to keep doing this, and get more and more, advanced at it. Um, it's not very bright today. I went to bed at 3 o'clock and got up at around 2, very close to the time it is right now because I fucking relapsed. Uh, because I didn't meditate and I don't do the necessary, um, you know. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing about loneliness. It's okay to have a desire, maybe, for a partner, but when it feels like you need it, like you're, that's dangerous. You gotta, see. This is the reason why we gotta meditate. This is the reason why we have to feel like we're connected. We have to feel like we are complete. Otherwise, if we go out, like a lot of these new age people trying to look for a soulmate, we're gonna, it's gonna destroy us. But anyway, due to copyright reasons, I feel like I had to use the angles idea to construct a base 120 because I don't know, for some reason, the person who created it, the Argam guy, he wants permission for you to use his symbols. I respect that, but at the same time, it's a bit cumbersome. Um, Another thing, I've kind of updated the language a little bit because, in the Argam font. Now, don't get the wrong idea. I understand this. Base 120 is not like some type of number system that usually people use on a daily basis. So coming up with a special name for 120 does seem a bit weird, in a base 10 culture. Um, with that being said, though, I did want to create a special name for the number because I feel like this base in particular, you know, um, it's one of the most popular bases in Argam. People go to use base 120 because there's only 26 numerals in the English alphabet, or or 26 letters rather. 26 characters is the word I'm searching for because they could be used for just about anything. Um, but yeah, that's how things been doing right now. Uh, So the word for 120, right? What I don't really, what I find unorganic and uncultured about the Argam font is every base in the universe is 1 to, right? It's 1 to 0. So if if you go to one of those fonts, and you look up 120 in base 120, you get 1 to 0. If you look up 144 in base 144, it's 1 to 0. If you use base 12, guess what? 1 to 0. The only exception is 10. Anyway, I figured out a prefix that might work that actually fits fairly well, and that is the dro prefix. So 1 dro, 2 dro, 3 dro, 4 dro, 5 dro, right? Why did I pick that? I'll tell you why I picked that. See, base 120, it's a very complex base. That's why they call it gold, pure gold symbol. Yes, that's a name in the fandom or whatever. And it's got a lot of characteristics. But the way it's written, right? You do 10 rows of 12, right? Well, J is not only the first letter in my alphabet, it's also the 10th letter. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, right? So J could stand for 10 and then row. 10th row. Dro is a good prefix. Another reason why dro is a good prefix, you can write it with an E at the end. Essentially, that's halfway there, but also E is the number 5, and it's the 5th factorial. So, you could, if you rotate the R and the O, it's or, right? So you got J or 5, J or E. So you could look at it as 10, or you could look at it as 5, because it's the 5th factorial. It's 5 numbers in a row multiplied. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I use dro. Another reason why I use dro is because it kind of sounds like do, but it also kind of sounds, it's got the grow in there. So it's like, it's not a gross, but it's not really a dough either. Originally it was spelled with a D for that reason, dro. Well, that's kind of, I think that works. I think that works pretty good. I think Centros is a good name for 100 in this number system, because it's got cent, which is 100, and then ros from gross, Centros. So dro is 120. A Centros would be 100, right? That's 100 in 120. They had a hund prefix in one of the fan things. I don't know. I don't like that very well. How the system's made, though, how I was able to make an easy number system like this is it's kind of got sub bases built within it. Basically, you go from one angle, you write a symbol, it's got a single angle somehow, and then you go 2 angles, 3 angles, 4 angles, until you get to 12 angles, and then it repeats. So it's got like a sub base of 12 kind of built into the system. And You just keep going like that. Uh, uh, so yeah, it's got like a sub bass of 12 built into the system, and you do that 5 times basically, and then on the fifth row or the sixth row, I guess, because there's a zeroth row, I think, something like that. Basically, on the 60 row, where you're going 61, 62, 63, you that's just like a special row, and then at the end, like all the ones that come after 60 are the ones at the top reversed upside down. So it's got a base 12 in it. It's got a base 60 in it. You know, that's one way you could do that, and it also kind of fits the pattern, the theoretical pattern. That I can't prove this beyond a shadow of a doubt, but maybe when the original cymbals were made, we don't have any evidence that it was a base 12. Maybe it was a base 10. But the point I'm trying to make is maybe there was some kind of sub-base of angles, if you know what I'm saying. I don't know if you can prove that using the original West Arabic, but that's a theory of mine. And if that's so, I basically continued the original pattern for a larger base. So that's all I had to say, and bye.